Hello, everybody. I'm in the red room. Woo! I needed some caffeine. Hello, Blair. You're a little too excited. Ugh. Let me see something here. Over here. All right, I'm back. So, there is a sale going on right now. I was watching one of the other YouTubers, Master Chaos TV, at the Grindhouse Video. Let's see. Robert Long. Do I like the grunt wrestling movie? I do not recall that. And yes, that's a legal answer. But no, I don't. I don't recall ever seeing that. There's so many of those types of films that at least I probably have either seen and forgot or have never seen. Because my brain ain't keeping up with all this craziness. Let's see if I can move this stuff around. Well, maybe not. Let's see. There we go. There we go. 1985. Yeah, I'm sure I haven't. But again, I could have forgotten. One of these days, I'll have to start apologizing for my bad memory. Let me see. Okay. Well, that looks not good, doesn't it? Let me try this again. Yeah. See. Robert Long again for the block. Did you watch the Rocky versus Drago director's cut? I have not, but I do have a copy of it, and I hear some of the things they cut out, I guess, just to make it a more serious movie, which is okay. Hey, Rye. Would you recommend what have they done? I think what have you done to Solange? And can you recommend underrated Jallo films? Yeah, I would recommend Solange. Um, yeah, X-Ray. It doesn't work without the robot. Doom doom. Underrated. Let me see. Damn. I need to get better. I need to get some Alpha Brain or something. Let me check out my stack of legal copies. Ooh, that's cool, Phasmat. I'm okay with Cat of Nine Tails, but I'm not a super big fan. But I mean, I like it for what it is. Hell, there should have been a movie about his life after Rocky V. The way it went downhill pretty quickly. I mean, Case of the Bloody Irish. I really like that one. Yeah, Toe Rogan. What a moron. A rich moron, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to think of... shoot, I just saw a bunch. I'm a big fan of Sleepless. Obviously, I don't know if that's... But I think it's not a superb classic film, but as far as seeing something from Argento in the 2000s, that was not bad. It was cool. I bet he could too, X-Ray. Ride the Horror Guy's got another question. A woman in lizard skin. Would you say Fulci is an interesting Giallo director? I mean, that's a good one as well. I think a lot of people like that one, so I wouldn't say it was underrated. I don't know, Robert, about that one. But the Rocky V and Tommy Machine Gun. But you know, there's a channel called Giallo Realm on YouTube that has a lot of great Giallos and a lot of obscure ones as well. And a lot of the bigger name ones is, you know, Watch Me While I Kill or stuff like that. So I'd suggest taking a look at that. Yeah, X-Ray, that would be neat. If there is a director's cut of either Cobra or Nighthawks. So, let me just go back to the old fun cam, as I call it, instead of saying full cam. Hey now, Darren. And getting ready for the next show of Eurocult on the DEADPIT on Patreon. Tiers start at $1. We're going to be discussing Bayo Blood by Muriel Bava. But, yeah, the Case of the Scorpion's Tail, that's one I've seen it. Hey, Triple X. Have I watched the I Know What You Did Last Summer show? I have not. I got recently caught up in watching the Cowboy Bebop Netflix show and Tiger King 2 show. I watched the Girl in the Woods show from Peacock. I don't know, Robert, about Junior A Cut Above. Yeah, there's a lot of misrepresentation in foreign posters. F. Carol Baskin. Everybody F in the chat for Carol Baskin, as they say on some of these shows. But I was thinking about, I just came up in my head about favorite bad movies. And obviously, I can tell a movie is bad, but still get some kind of enjoyment out of it. So, then you got the question, is it really bad? Or, one of my favorite bad movies, and it's been that way for a while, is A Night to Dismember. It is really crazy. It almost comes off like a documentary because of the narration. And they did find a VHS of the original cut because I guess somebody didn't pay the bills and they either destroyed the print at the lab of like 60% of the movie. so they had to come back and film a little bit more. And it doesn't make a lot of sense because actually the film, which is, I guess, this type of, I guess you would just generally say it's a horror film, but it takes place a few years after, in the future of when it was released. I forgot when it was released, but it took place a couple years after that, and for no reason. And but the original version, they must have made a videotape out of it or something, and someone put it on YouTube. Now, one thing that's not great about it is the audio is out of sync, at least in the version I have, and the movie is, my attention could not be held for the film at all, and so I finally gave up trying to figure out what's going on. Because I can't tell, it just does not seem like the same movie, and it sucks. Obviously, but even the released version, which I have a DVD back there somewhere, I was looking for it, but I could not find it because I didn't keep all my DVDs in order. And but the commentary is really good. It's just what's her name? Roberta Finley, was really grumpy with her. Okay, it's Doris Witchman. One of those chicks. One of those women are really not very friendly. Oh, okay, Darren. I'll have to see if I can find the corrected audio. Yeah, I've got the out-of-print DVD, too. Because I'll be honest with you, I believe that this showed on TV, like on, independent stations here in the U.S., because there's really hardly anything there. I don't think there's any on-screen violence. I mean, maybe there was some nudity. I can't recall, but I'm sure they just snip that out. But it is a very strange film, but it's, for me, the guy narrating its voice is very monotonish, and I'm just like in it. And I do find it somehow interesting and enjoyable. And I was just, looking for that DVD back there in the mess. I know there's a new Blu-ray of Night of the Bloody Apes, and you can see a real heart operation. Yeah, probably it's true, X-Ray. About the, and you gotta imagine that chick is old, man. She's gotta be super old. So I don't know if she cares about much. But this is a nuts movie, and it's got Mexican wrestling in it and stuff. It's in color, so that's one thing. And no Santos. I think there's some women wrestling en masse. One of the ones that I think a lot of people probably on here are familiar with, which is a really bad movie. I haven't seen this. It came with a double feature, and I've never watched the second feature. Well, that's cool. Hey, you can't beat that. Still working in something that's sound design. That's a cool offshoot or aspect of filmmaking. But Insane or Criminally Insane, the Crazy Fat Ethel. I've never watched Satan's Black Christmas or Black Christmas. That would have been a good one. Black Wedding. But I've seen freaking Crazy Fat Ethel about 10 or 15 times. And it's just hilarious every time. Not the sequel. Or Death Nurse. Death Nurse. No. Which I have Death Nurse 1 and 2 sealed if anybody's interested. I don't know why you would be, but this one is I wouldn't say it's a favorite, but it's interesting because this was actually shot on video and released to theaters, and it's coming out on Blu-ray, which I'm sure this is going to look great on Blu-ray. Boarding House. This is the super 2.5 or 3 hour edition. Paint drying edition is what they should call it. But I don't know. It's one of those things where you want to see to believe that someone decided it was a good idea to make a movie this long about hardly anything. It's got a lot of extras on it though, so stop fooling around. I think the Blu-ray actually has a extra film on it, so that would be one temptation to get it, but I want to fight that temptation. That is strange and weird and funny, Robert, about Extra. It's true though. Oh yeah, Night of the Demon. I didn't have it on my list because I just got home a few hours ago and I'm wiped out from driving around. But Night of the Demon, obviously that's coming out on Blu-ray on Black Friday. Well, you can order it on Black Friday. I'm not sure when you'll get it, but that's a good one as well as far as this ridiculous nonsense. I got the cover where the guy's dick's gotten ripped off and he's going, oh. And then the Bigfoot's like he doesn't have hair on the inside of his arm. He's only got it on the top or something. It's very weird and slacky or schrocky, whatever-ish. But it's a nutso thing, too. Everything's gone to hell. Trying to save money for the Black Friday sales. That's, of course, I get paid hopefully Wednesday or Thursday, so I might have a little extra. Rye the Horror Guy. It's got some more here. Absolutely, both of them are true. Blood Freak. I have a VHS of Blood Freak somewhere. It's Dracula on Drugs. I thought this shit was going to be awesome. And nope, it's a guy with a turkey head drinking blood of drug addicts or something with a lot of Christian overtones. Because I guess it was paid for by some kind of, Christian group. And then Home Sweet Home is hilarious by itself. Oh, Bigfoot kills the guy with his own entrails. That's the way I want to go. Yeah, I think Home Sweet Home is better than Home Sweet Home Alabama. Oh, alone. Yeah, I don't have Disney Plus, and if I did, I still wouldn't watch that shit. I'm not somebody, I was 21 or so. I can't even remember when Home Alone came out, like 91 or something, maybe 90. I was in my 20 or so I wasn't a kid when that came out, so it's not got that ingrained nostalgia factor for me. But I went and saw it, but I think I haven't seen it in at least 20-something years, so not one of my go-tos for me personally. Yeah, but Home Sweet Home with the mistake. Steve the E? Okay, I am the E. I'm Molly E everything. I'm the E tired person. I take my contacts out because they're really uncomfortable at the moment. And, did you watch Extra by Robert Long? Yes. I've seen Extra 1 and 2 for sure. Hello, Aiden. I like the first one a lot, but of course, obviously, the second one is more like a sequel in name only, but it's kind of fun science fiction-ish B movie. The E Plan. The Sleepy Plan. My shirt is, the shirt they got me is good because I am past up my bedtime. A couple of days ago, I fell asleep at 7 o'clock. Yeah. Ooh. I was looking at some lists of, people had lists of bad movies, but they're ridiculous. It was funny and weird, strange, that woman gave birth to a grown man on Extra. I will agree with that. It was. Obviously they're saying like Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, which obviously Frankenhooker. I don't know if I consider that a bad movie. I mean, it's a kind of a B movie, but Henlotter's films are always, for the most part, interesting and enjoyable. So I don't consider that a bad film. Elves, yeah. I haven't watched that in a while. I need to watch Texas. Toxic Avenger, yeah. I would consider that a super crack. See, they got stuff like Maximum Overdrive and Drag Me to Hell. Yeah, Ghost of Mars is not a great Carpenter film, but either way, I mean, it's still watchable. It's not horrible. It's not. I mean, the one he made, like The Ward, which he didn't put any of his touches on for some reason. I never liked that because I just found it. It just seemed like anybody could have directed that film. It's not a Carpenter film, even though he directed it. It doesn't feel that way. X-Ray's asking if I'd ever seen The Vindicator. I think I have, but unfortunately, time has erased that brain cell. It sounds familiar. Yeah, absolutely. Must have been Aiden. That paid for some more video games and weed. Zombie Strippers. I mean, these films was not made to be a classic. So, I mean, obviously... yeah, I can't remember the one with John Saxon. Well, maybe not. He wasn't in The Swarm. But there was some Man, there was too many Killer Bee movies back in those days. Here's one that's bad. It's Death Spa from 89 or so. With you have neon gym that you're working out in and shit. I remember I got that on Blu-ray. I don't know why. I've watched it once or twice. I mean, it's not bad. Somebody's got Trog, which is coming out on Blu-ray again, with the last movie of Joan Crawford from 1970. Who thought that was going to be a good idea? I do not know. The Giant Spider Invasion. If you haven't seen that, that's awesome. Obviously, to me, the best way to watch it is with the Mystery Science Theater episode. I really, really love that one, that episode. I'm going to have to watch that over the coming Turkey Day. Birdemic, if you can get through it, it's very funny. I actually have a Blu-ray of Birdemic. I'm not sure why. I think it was $8. But the Riff Tracks live version of that is extremely funny. Robert Long, I watched the 85 Chiller when it premiered on CBS, made for TV, directed by Wes Craven. I was 10 years old. I do remember watching that, but I can't recall much of it other than a freezer. Someone's getting frozen and brought back with no soul. Yeah, right. Ride the Horror Guy, Forest, and Don't Go in the Woods Alone aren't good, but I love them. Yeah, I like Don't Go in the Woods Alone more of the two. I'm not a big Forest person like Wesley. Trick or Treats is trash. If you're talking about the one with David Carradine, yeah, for sure. My Soul to Keep. And I think that was filmed in 3D too, if I remember right. I need to that one I don't even know if I ever watched it. Spookies, which I would agree, but Spookies is so out of this world and nutso, it's just, you can't not like it, according to me. Of course, the big one, Troll 2. I've watched it a few times. I mean, it's okay. It's funny. Some of the crazy stuff. But I think the chick who played the troll queen or whatever she saw on Facebook. I think maybe I'm friends with her. I don't know. The Bees is on the list here with John Saxon from 1978. Man, they did all kinds. I mean, they did a TV movie about killer bees. There was a big scare in I believe the mid 70s, late 70s about killer bees coming from South America and just destroying everything. They're going to kill us all. I don't know whatever happened to that. Yeah, Wicker Man with Nick Cage. That kind of movie, I just don't know why you would want to remake it. And then Nick Cage. That's almost the Wicker Man with Nick Cage seems like it's a cousin of Midsummer in some ways. It's just weird. It just has a vibe there. But Midsummer, even though it's super long and stuff, is 100 times better than that. Blood Harvest, yeah. Yeah, Blood Harvest, geez, I think Dana might have got the Blu-ray, but watched it on Joe Bob's Drive-In, so, but yeah, I watched that. That's the first Bill Rebane movie that I saw that had nudity in it, so I was like, and then Bloodsucker Leads the Dance. I've watched that. I think that's a TV movie or something, but it's been a little while since I've seen it. Have you seen the movie Back from Hell? That's Jack Frost. I don't know. The title sounds familiar. I don't think that was a Sci-Fi Channel movie, but I can't recall. So that's my court answer. The Praying Mantis scene in Dracula 3D is awesome for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, and I downloaded a 3D version of that, and the 3D looks horrible. But I did get $1 DVD of it in the last year or so. Oh my God, Rye. The sledgehammer. The slow motion walking. Gosh. I see Jack. No, I don't think I've seen that. I may have to look that up. Back from Hell. But yeah, Sledgehammer's awesome. Awesomely bad. We did me and Dana did a commentary for that. And I have the DVD of that too. I don't even know. I was like, I'm so stupid for buying it. Oh. But Scarecrow with Tiffany Shepis. I can't even remember seeing this movie. But a gnome named Grome. No. I want to have to pass on that. Blood Lake, yes. It is a bad movie, but it's a very interesting story of how that movie was made. Dana did get the DVD of that so you can have all the extras, and I mean it is a funny movie about that. There's like Big Tony, the little kid. It's just a very funny movie. Blood Beat. Blood Tracks, yes. Blood Tracks is awesome. That should be coming out on Blu-ray, but I don't know. They have stuff like Alien Factor from Don Dolan, which, again, I watch with Riff Tracks, and that helps me enjoy it a little bit better. Slugs, which I don't know if I would consider Slugs a bad movie. It's just a cheesy movie. Robert, do you remember the Corey Haim Fever Lake? I remember it, but I don't. I don't know if I've ever watched it all the way through. Again, Riff Tracks has a version of that, and that's what I've watched. And then they're getting some of the, Ed Wood stuff, which is obviously going to be on this list. Well, Jack, I might have to look into that because I'm all about seeing some crazy stuff. I saw one, actually, The Laughing Dead, which is it's either out or coming out on Blu-ray, is interesting. I heard Dana was saying that me and her watched it and it was really boring and stuff, and it really wasn't. I didn't find it boring, and we weren't sure that we got like an edited copy because there was tons of gore in the film. Well, not tons. Let's say a few 100 pounds of gore, but there was stuff there to make it worthwhile if you're interested in it. I could just tell it was something that wasn't a big deal to me, and it's a low budget film, but it's not. I don't consider it to be horrible. Ooh, the Chill Factor. I think there's a Blu-ray out of that, ain't there? That's horrible. And they got some Italian stuff like Devilfish, which Lamberto Bava directed, which is horrible, but it's very funny in a track. I haven't seen The Crack in the Floor, the movie, but I have seen Cracks in Floors. Inframan, man, you got to be shitting me. That's not a bad movie. That's a cool-ass movie. Equinox, which is funny. Little Corey Gory. I think me and Dana did a commentary for that. I don't remember. I can't. That's my standard answer anymore, but I do remember that title. Equinox has got a freaking Criterion edition, and it's got a. They use the same music from Saturday morning live action shows back in the 70s. Aiden saying he likes the Tobe Hooper's Mortuary. I don't even think I even gave that a chance to watch. Return. Hobgoblins, which 88. I mean, I thought that was. Then they made a sequel to it 20 years later or something, and it looked like the same film. It kind of had the same, but I mean, I would, I thought it was all right. The Manitou, which is awesome. No, I haven't seen Unborn 2. I don't even know if I've seen The Munchies. I've had them. That's interesting. Mortuary is like Tobe Hooper's version of Curler Out of Space. That sounds very interesting. But the Manitou's got Tony Curtis in it, man. Fighting a little midget, little person, witch doctor person. Aiden saying he likes From Dusk to Dawn too. I mean, I when that came out, there's a certain part of the 90s when they would have a movie and they would bring out these sequels direct to video. You could basically feel what they're going to be like. They're going to be a little less of a scale of a movie and stuff like that. And that was pretty much it. Now, I'm a bigger fan of From Dusk to Dawn 3. I thought that was the better of the two, in my opinion. But you have to go with the alternate ending of that, which is kind of cool. I'll have to look into that one too, Jack Frost. Yeah, that was, hey Jason. Yeah, that used to be come on cable in the late 80s, early 90s. Very nice. Showtime After Dark or something. I wonder if Aiden, did you like Hostel 3? Because I think didn't Scott Spiegel direct that? Yeah, Kathy Shower. She didn't have she didn't come off as a warm personality, especially I think she was on the Joe Bob as a mail girl, and she didn't last too long, so. Sounds good, Jack, about The Last Slumber Party, which Dana made me watch. It's again, it has a Riff Tracks edition. Rock and Roll Nightmare. If you haven't seen that, that's a crazy one. Okay, Aiden. Yeah, I didn't care for it either, but I did think it had that good made direct to video feel, but overall I wasn't something. I'm gonna have to make sure I check out Unborn 2. Electric Boogagoo. Intruder. There's Dark Intruder. And hey guys, become Patreon over DEADPIT on Patreon for thousands of hours of content. Strays. There's a one for Mystery Science Theater, Monster A Go-Go. Bill Robain and Herschel Gordon Lewis are directors, apparently. But yeah, that's a good. And Terror at Tin Killer. I know Dana loves that freaking movie. God. Oh, High Desert Kill. If anybody remembers that, it was a USA Network movie from '89. Mark Singer's in it, Chuck Connors, Anthony Geary. We watched that, and there was one scene where either they're getting somehow, I don't know if they're getting influenced or they get drugged or whatever happens, but they start dancing around this campfire, and it is so freaking hilarious. Orgy of the Dead by, well, it's mainly for Ed Wood, but yeah, it's basically there's just a graveyard and strippers come in and strip as different characters. Well, I think Robert Ginty is dead now. Robert Long. But I'm going to be try to watch a lot of films over the next couple of weeks. Usually what I do for November and December is kind of watch a bunch of, I don't know, best of the year, best of whatever I like movies. I'm going to probably pull out some Sean Connery Bond movies because I haven't watched those in a while. And I got some 4Ks I haven't watched. I just got Ready Player One, and then Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and the Kong versus Godzilla movies. Ghostbusters Afterlife was really good. It seems like it would be better than what they had previously come out. Wheels of Horror or Wheels of Terror was a bad USA man. Do you remember there was a Sci-Fi Channel movie? I think it was their first movie. It's called like Homewrecker, and it had Robbie Benson in it. That's back when everything looked like it was made on like the early Fox TV shows. It was like really doesn't look very well. It doesn't look like a movie. Well, we can check out a little bit of this. Whoa. Are you shitting me, dude? Oops. Can you... I don't understand how this thing can do that. I don't remember that, Robert. I had for a while there, I was either gone in the military or just didn't have cable or satellite. Definitely didn't have cable when I grew up. I had a satellite dish in the backyard. A very large. Are you crapping me, dude? Now I can't get the dang thing to pop up. Me freak around here, bubbies. Okay. Let's see. What? That's it? I did it? I mean, that's insane. Alright. Alright. Well, let's go back to it then. Let me get back here. There. Alright. So they got some really good prices here at Grindhouse Video. And that's not Grindhouse Releasing. I was watching Master Chaos TV, and he was basically saying some of these are Severin. They have some Severin titles that are actually cheaper on here than they are with on the Severin site. Yeah, the Cabin by the Lake, and then they made a sequel to it, but again, it's been a while. Definitely would suggest this. This is more of a best of the first two releases, I think, of 42nd Street Forever. But just upgraded versions, so I don't know. But $12, I don't know. That's a pretty good deal, and it's a pretty good package as far as, yeah, it's kind of a best of the first two volumes in HD, but I have all of the ones, and I skipped the porn versions. Judd Nelson plays a good serial killer. No comment. I guess no. I guess he does. He's pretty good. Absurd, which is awesome. Monster Hunter for $15. I mean, most of these are $15, which I guess. I mean, I don't know what the shipping is, so. But and then obviously you got all the colors of the Giallo. That is a great one. I mean, it was originally like $26, so. But I would definitely suggest that. It's got a documentary, it's got tons of trailers, and then it's got a trailer compilation. The trailer compilation has is it Kat Ellinger or somebody talking about the individual trailers, and also it has trailers from the German Krimi, which are kind of similar films. You didn't like it, Darren? Well, I don't know. I guess I liked it, but definitely the extras are abundant. So for $15, definitely, if you haven't got it, might be a good way to get it. Of course, you got Afropocabus. I was thinking about getting this one, but I'm not sure. I may just wait. I mean, not wait, but see, because this maybe would be the only purchase I get from here if I dot it. And I'm not sure if it's worth just getting one thing, depending on the shipping. All the Colors of the Dark, which is the other. I got the double thing with. They had a release of both, a bundle with all those for $15. Yeah, I think I've seen this one. I think that would be. I don't know. Asylum, which I assume is the Amicus anthology, definitely worth $15. I have a DVD of it. I'm all right with that. But if you wanted a Blu-ray, there it is. I have this double feature, but I'm not sure if I would recommend it, especially for $17.50. But you could check into it. Basket Case 2 for $10, and you can get Part 3 for $10. So complete the trilogy. And these later ones are not bad. I remember seeing this one where they build a robot for Bilal or something where he's in it. I don't know. This one I've gotten, and I think I've watched it, but the main selling point on here is it's got a documentary about Nazi exploitation. So it's a really feature length. So that would be the main thing. Like the Vampire in Venice release has a feature or a feature length documentary on Klaus Kinski, and it's really good. You got to learn a few more things about him, and especially in his later years. And he actually made friends with some people he lived near in California, which is kind of strange, because he really seemed like a crazy nut. Beyond the Darkness, it was, if you haven't got that, I guess you get the CD, which I guess you can play that through your computer. Obviously, the great Burial Ground, the upgraded Blu-ray, and then the aforementioned Birdemic, which I would not buy. Definitely not buy that. Blackenstein, I watched and did not like. I just thought it was just not, but I don't know. Kathy's Curse, I'm a little lukewarm on that, but I need to rewatch it just to see if my opinion was correct. But definitely worth the price, because I think it was a little more. The Changeling. Yep, Robert Long. Crawl Space. And there's a few other later releases. Obviously, Curtains for $12.50 is a great purchase. One of my favorites, Dark Waters, is a late entry Euro movie. I can't remember, but trust me, it's I got a signed copy from Severin. They had like some slips of the first, and I got it. Yeah, Jason saying Count Dracula's kind of boring. And the Jess Franco version, yeah, absolutely. Garbage Pail Kids was fantastic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's out on Blu-ray. But I need to rewatch that, but I gotta fit it in there. But this film, if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. There you go, Jason. Satan's Slave, $15. That's a great price. Might even get me. This was called, I forgot what it was called. It was called something, Indonesian version of Suspiria. Or not Suspiria, but Phantasm. It's not the case, but it's a very fun, interesting horror film. They did make a remake of it. It's definitely not. It's one of those remakes where it takes some parts of it and makes a different film. It was on Shudder, and I liked it as well. I thought it was really good. Robert Long says Basket Case 3 was fun. Yeah, it was. They got more wilder as they went along. But yeah, this one I would say, if you read up on it, I liked it. And I may be getting it at some point. Especially if I have it discounted on Severin. Obviously, Devil's Honey, which is a Fulci kind of erotic thriller craziness. Saxophone Sex movie. Definitely recommend that. You'll never get that saxophone theme out of your head. And Zombie Holocaust, Dr. Butcher, MD. I'm not sure if I really like the movie or not, but it might be something. Might be others who have more of appreciation for it. Pranks or the dorm that drip blood, $15. That's definitely cheaper. Well, I'm glad somebody found a best part of the Fog remake. I actually watched that. It's been years, but I just watched the film without any commentary from Wes and Aaron, and just kind of figure. I don't know. I guess everything's competent except it just sucks. But I don't know. It's just not there. Some people like and Dana loves the Drive-In Massacre. I am pretty sure I've seen that one, Darren. Love Camp. Robert, I wouldn't say that. I don't know if anybody was good in it. I don't know. I don't know who to blame that movie is. Is it the actors? The editors? Somebody just, I don't know. It was a bad idea to begin with, I guess. And I like this film a lot. It's a little more expensive, but still cheaper than getting it new. Dominic, hello. Did you see Revenge of the Living Dead Girls from '87? I have, and I liked it. It's I think it's French, but of course I got a dub version. The makeup is really kind of almost looks like they're wearing. And obviously they're wearing latex or whatever you make up, but it just looks like it's hard. But yeah, Robert, I think he's in some kind of like movie with Steve Martin or something. I think something about like with Six, you get an egg roll or something. It was a remake of an older movie. But yeah, he wasn't in too many films during that point. I think Susan Scott's in this and gets banged by one of the Africans in Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals. Obviously, Exterminator. $15 is a great price for that, as I would assume. You got Frankenhooker for $12.50. Boom. Hands of the Ripper. It's a later Hammer film from the 70s. Not bad. Yeah, I think Dominic, it's not bad. It's a pretty good one. There's been definitely something like Devil's Story, which I finally made it all the way through it, and I was like, man, this not worth the effort of watching this. But just me. Did you like Exterminator 2? Yeah, I thought it's a little, again, that's what they do is they try to, I think that was canon and they made a cheaper sequel. So it's a little less, I can't remember, but maybe Steve James is in that or something, or is he in the original? But there was something about it, but it's not bad. I got it on a collection of films. I think Shout Factory or somebody put out a collection of movies, and then they were just randomly. Yeah, Jason, I do. And that's one of my favorite Mystery Science Theater episodes is Horror at Party Beach. Oh, yeah. Mario V. I kind of remember it now, Robert. But, yeah, it's pretty good. Comes off more like a Death Wish kind of film. This one's a great douche. Trailer compilations if you're into Kung Fu trailers. Kung Fu Trailers of Fury. This one, Killing of America, which is pretty good. It's a documentary, and I think they made 3 of them, but I think they're going. I mean, it's pretty early and like I can't remember. I don't see the date, but yeah, it's about the history of, or just basically violence and shootings and everything else going on in America. But obviously, that kind of stuff never stopped. Death Dream was one of the best horror films of the 70s. Yeah. Though my taste for that one is kind of waned, but it's definitely, I could, I guess it was allegory of the Vietnam War and stuff. I like that of it, like that part of it. I don't know about Blood Beach getting a Blu-ray. I'm in favor of it never getting a Blu-ray because I hate the killer in that. I just think it's ridiculous, but I would get Nightmare Castle because you get 3 films with it with Barbara Steele. The Other Hell, which is a insane kind of, it's not a non-exploitation film per se because it's got a lot of horror elements in it and stuff. And I think this is what Bruno Mattei. Patrick on Blu-ray 15. The Synapse version of Phenomenon for $20. I still have the old first Arrow release of that. And then they got some more. I got the sequel, Return of the Kung Fu Trailers of Fury. I got that one too. But Popcorn, all these stuff is, Santa Segre, which is really good, but I would want to get the new 4K of it if I could, not spend $40-$50. Like Castle of Blood. Yeah, I can't remember, but I like those. I liked one of those better than the other. Actually, Castle of Blood, I think. Yeah. Goodies Go to College is a classic. I wish I could say I've watched that, but I don't think I have. I need to. Shocking Dark, which I heard some people don't. I don't think that's a good bad movie as well. Obviously, it's like a combination of Aliens and Terminator 2. Actually, it was called Terminator 2, and I think they had a slipcase that said that, and that was probably one of the things they might have gotten in trouble for. And of course, Soledad Miranda and Jess Franco, or she was in like more Mach 3 or so. She Killed in Ecstasy. I got that one because I like those 2 films, Rampart Lesbos and this one, and then there's Nightmares Come at Night or something. Did you ever watch the 1997 Nowhere? I don't know, Robert. I don't believe I've seen that. I think I might have saw Camp Nowhere. Sinful Dwarf is insane, so trust me, it's insane. Street Trash, if you haven't gotten that by now, that would be a good, definitely get it. Obviously got the Blu-ray from Synapse. I guess that's the same transfer they used on the Steelbook, so it looks amazing. Hey, Red, Ninja 3 The Domination, definitely, and Leaving DC. I started watching that Leaving DC. I don't know if I've ever finished it up. I'll have to find it again. But Ninja 3 is always a classic. Turkey Shoot is an insane film. I would suggest that for $15. Trust me on that. It's Australian. It's just hunting prisoners, but they got like crazy. You don't even know what year this is, but it has to be the future because it's like a little monkey man thing of Bob. No, you cannot, Chris V. Twins of freaking Evil, $15. Hey, Pablo. I don't know. I mean, you could definitely say it's a trash movie because it was made in a trash yard or a junkyard. I don't know what they were thinking about the story. It seems like a Hindenlander movie without Hindenlander in some ways. Vampire freaking Circus. Awesome. Two awesome films. And there's the aforementioned Vampire Lesbos with the gorgeous Soledad Miranda. Wild freaking beasts. Zoo animals on PCP that escape. Anyone? $15? You have to get it. And definitely great. Well, Blair, yes, I have seen Cabin by the Lake. Yeah, Pablo. Zombie Trees. Not too bad. It's pretty fun. I wasn't a big fan of Zombie 4. I don't know. I thought I remember seeing it and liking it, but I must have changed. Anita, Yum Yum Yum. Hey, J72. Yeah, Violence in a Women's Prison with Laura Gimsler. Yum Yum. Robert Long, did you enjoy the New York Ninja? To a degree. I mean, it's a fun, crazy movie. The novelty of having these actors do the voices because of the audio was missing, and they dubbed in the audio, which is fun. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun little movie. Christina Lindbergh, yes. She was doing some kind of conventions. I don't know if it was in the States, though. I think it was somewhere else, but she still looks pretty good. I met her, 10 or over 10 years ago at Cinema Wasteland. And then there's rumblings or rumors that Arrow's putting out a Coffin Joe set on Blu-ray, but Synapse, I put out some DVDs of the first two films, which I got for like $11 a piece. So you're getting a little bit better, but I don't know if you can make these films look any better on Blu-ray, but maybe they can. I do know that they put them out. They were one of the films was put on a Brazilian pay channel or something in HD, and it looked pretty good. Did you ever meet Terry, the girl from Friday the 13th Part 2? No, I don't know. Maybe Dana did. I might have met him with her. I got this one for Synapse, but it's on DVD. Some of these are DVDs now, but but it's a fun little documentary. It's not a new documentary. I don't know when it was made, because these stupid things don't tell us when it was released. Wild Zero is a Japanese. It's got aliens in it, a rock band. What is it? Guitar Wolf is the band. Yeah, it's got zombies. I mean, it's a really it's one of the first ones I seen. It was like super crazy, and not ECW wrestler super crazy. Luther the Geek was a crazy movie. Yep, it was. Stacy, I don't know if I would buy it, but it's a pretty good. It's a Japanese zombie film. And they're releasing like the first three, and then the Embodiment of Evil, which was one that Synapse put out on Blu-ray years ago, which looks really good on Blu-ray. But it's, I guess if you want to pay $27 or $20, I guess that's not a bad price for 3 films, but it's only on DVD. So, I don't know. Fatal Frames, boom. Talking about underappreciated giallo. The people, this is a good bad movie as well. These people really wanted to make a good giallo, but they did not. And it's got some great singing in it from our lead actress. I don't know, Blair, about a Killer Clowns from Outer Space sequel. I'll be honest with you. I think I've seen parts of that movie. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I guess I don't know why. I'm not know why I've not really gotten into it as others. I think it's more of a thing where it came out when I was like 18 and I never got into it. And maybe if I was younger and it got into it more, at that point, then it'd been more of a, it made more of an impression. But Fatal Frames, definitely, DVD's all I have, so $10 if you're interested in a very bad giallo of the 90s. A lot of the Italian guys have ponytails. It was that type of place at that time. Some more Christina Lindbergh, even though that she is not the main person in the film. But, you know, this film came out on Blu-ray. Wes watched it. I watched it over last weekend. I would definitely, I don't know if I would recommend it. It's Nazi exploitation, and I don't know. Trying to figure out what would be the worst Nazi exploitation movie. I think Elsa, She-Wolf of the SS, the first film, was probably the height or the worst of those. I don't know. These Italian ones are pretty bad, but as far as being bad is all the violence and sex stuff. Well, Dominic, asking about rare. Are you looking for on Blue? Any horror movies that you're looking for on Blue? Wow, if you have a Time Walker Blu-ray. I know Evil Speak has been out on Blu-ray. I don't know anymore. I mean, there's some that there's a lot of them that have been already released, but there's a lot that's really kind of really deep down. You know, they're not on the top. Somebody's really going deep to pull out some of these good ones. Pablo's asking about the Nazi exploitation documentary, I guess, on The Beast in Heat, I'm assuming. I thought it was okay. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's super in depth, but it does go over a lot of the films and like the different films and then the years they come out. Wow, Dominic, that's cool. Time Walker, that's amazing. On Blu-ray. I don't know. I'm just kind of it's hard for me to. I mean, there's some that I would want on Blu-ray. There's a Hong Kong movie called Storm Riders. It's probably on Blu-ray somewhere, but I've never seen. You know, that was a DVD that I found in Suncoast in some point in the 90s, and it was $50. So I'm thinking this was early 90s, like 93 or so. And I kept on reading it, and I get on the dial-up and look up Storm Riders and reading about the plot and everything. And I was like, man, I want to see this. And then after, I wasn't making any money, but I ended up buying a $50 one. $50 DVD. And I really like it. It's a Hong Kong fantasy film, but that would be good to have, or be nice to have a really good transfer, and of course all those effects of that time. Hopefully upgrade it or do something to make them look decent on a Blu-ray disc. That'd be one I would be interested in getting. But as far as a horror film, I can't think of anything which is par for the course for me at the moment. Tommy Lee Wallace in Executioner's Song needs to be on Blu-ray. That's a bold statement, Robert. Okay. I don't even know where the hell I'm at. This is a pretty good trailer compilation. I mean, this one looks... I don't even know what this... I'm going to have to look into this. I don't recall seeing this one before. I have seen graphic sexual horror and purple boobies because they tie them up and then they get purple. Look at them, some of these. I love it from behind. Ho-ho. Horny working girl. 5 to 9. This one... Yeah, I remember the movie, Robert. It was like a miniseries on TV at one point. But this one is awesome. The transgendered edition. Let Me Die a Woman. Basically, it's about getting your, transsexual operations and stuff from like the 70s. And it is from Doris Wishman. And it's kind of it's basically a documentary, but some part of it it's really funny because of some of the people there in the movie. But it's pretty crazy. And I think it's only available on DVD, I think. Yeah, Robert. They did. I remember seeing it on VHS and cable at some point that they had a unrated version, but I don't recall seeing any. I don't recall watching it if I did. Tobe Hooper's Spontaneous is another. Combustion is another Thar film. Yeah, as far as Spontaneous Combustion, yeah, I need to rewatch that. But that film had a very unique feel to it. It almost felt, now I may be wrong, it felt like the same kind of feel that Trauma had. So I don't know if they filmed it in the same general location or that's just me. But it had the atmosphere or something seemed familiar. Momo's Lips. Tobe Hooper's Toolbox Murders. Yeah. I remember a lot of people saying that shit on that when it came out. But I remember... But definitely that's a kind of remake. It's not a... They just took the really basic concepts and changed the story. So that, that's definitely, I would rather be interested in that versus some just shot for shot remake. Made in Sweden. And Tiffany Bolins does not like this movie, but she didn't like any of her movies, but I don't know. You shouldn't have made this. Bonnie's Kids is amazing. Or not amazing. It's a fun 70s movie, and Centerfold Girls is good too. Yeah, the Banana Split is not a... it definitely has some pain to it, or some cringe. Especially when that one girl who was a man starts taking her clothes off. And then there's a lot of that. Her boobs look really weird. I'll just give you that. I don't even know. Rock and Roll Nightmare again. Stepfather 2. I got that. I actually got my edition signed by Jeff Burr. He was at a convention down where Wes lives. And he's really cool. He said, I don't want no money. if I was getting these two, which this is coming out on Blu-ray, so I would probably not get it. But, you know, if you just want to see it, get the one with the yellow cover without the porn inserts. Yeah, Bankler, the first one had a weird thing to it. I think Robert Englund was in that, and it's just a weird thing. But then the sequels, I wouldn't want to watch those again. Heavenly Bodies is good. It's a pretty good, whatever the first one was. I got this one, and it's you know, comes with a documentary and all the trailers and stuff about the video nasties. And then there's another one too, which I'm not sure if I would. Yeah, it's decent. Why, arms wide open. That's some shit, man. That's a great picture of Christina Lindbergh. Zombies: The Beginning, which is one of Bruno Mattei's last movies. I think that's pretty good. Is that? I mean, it's bad, but it's good. But, you know, it's Intervision, so you may want to Intervision people. Yeah, I think they just did that to, I mean, obviously trying to make money, but, you know, whatever. But, yeah, they just really screwed. I'm not going to go into the porn stuff because it's lame. Though I have watched Porno, this one movie. Wes sent me to review it. I think I reviewed it online, but I don't recall if he kept it up or not. I thought I watched this, but anyway. Become a patron. So actually, Dana's not going to come in for this episode. She'll be back on the next one, but I'm going to take next weekend off because it is the American holiday of Thanksgiving. So I'm going to give thanks to laying on the couch a little longer the Saturday. I don't know. That's probably, yeah, I agree with that. Adon, movie jocks, the movie jocks, the robo jocks. But I'm going to sign off. I appreciate everyone hanging out and having a good discussion about Deredato's book. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see the documentary for sure. Yeah, I'm being tempted by the new House on the Edge of the Park Blu-ray. But I won't be here next week, but I'll probably try to make the late night Friday or Black Friday sales video. We'll see if I can make it if I get enough caffeine. So yeah, catch you later, Darren. Well, I'll be in contact tomorrow morning for our new recording of the podcast Eurocult featuring Bale Blood. So till I see you next time, everybody have a good night, good weekend, good Thanksgiving. I will check you later. Peace.
Up your butt. Like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I don't care. Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell. Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPitOnPatreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1. Give us the thumbs up.